Alright, I'm about to have to say it. It's your boy Reed back with another video. Alright, all jokes aside, I just wanted to need to make a little video of this refrigerator right here. And the other reason why I'm doing this is to prove what, because I could tell you like, well, the refrigerator it cools sometimes and this, that, and other. Anyways, I put a thermometer in here earlier, and I want you to see. I'm going to hold this up here and we're going to time this. You can see that, you know, the refrigerator door is closed. You know, I'm not, my main thing is this. I want you to see what the same thing that I see. This refrigerator is a Frigidaire Elite. It's not working right. We replaced it. And I think, my personal opinion is, it would be good for a appliance repair person. We decided not to do that. We didn't want to spend the money to pay somebody, you know, and take a chance on something really being bad wrong with it and it not being able to be fixed. But if you're a repair person, it's something that you could probably look at. I think this is I worked for a appliance repair place several years ago for about a year, and I never learned about, I did a few little washing machine, Whirlpool washing machine. I was able to change the coupler on a Whirlpool washing machine. But technical stuff like this, like we're working on refrigerators, even anything like any Maytag with the belt type of stuff, I wasn't good at. Dryers, really, basically the only thing I was really good at was just doing that coupler repair. That's pretty easy. I could put a belt on the Whirlpool stuff. Ended up being pretty easy for me to work on. I could put a belt maybe on a dryer if there was a broken belt, something like that. Some simple repair. If you're an appliance repair person, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I think, in my opinion, what might be wrong with this refrigerator is a thermostat issue. For some reason, it's not running all the time. We plugged this in. What was happening with the refrigerator was it would be cold and everything would be frozen, and then all of a sudden we come back one day and stuff was thawing out in the freezer. And you could tell where the water was thawing out and it was refreezing. So like the ice was making a water puddle and then it was refreezing. So we replaced the refrigerator, and you can see I'm up to 3 minutes or something now, and that's the whole point of this. I don't want you to think that I had a cooler over here with ice in it and I stuffed this thermometer down there, and I want you to see the temperature we're getting. But to tell you more about the story is this. Plugged this in a couple of days ago to do this experiment. I forgot to bring my plugged in like 2 days ago. It ran for a few hours. It started cooling down. I didn't think it was really all that cold when I left, like after it probably been running for maybe 3 hours. I didn't think it was cold enough in the freezer just from feeling it. But I wanted to bring this thermometer in here. Well, I forgot to bring the thermometer yesterday, but when I came in here yesterday, when I felt it after it had run overnight, it felt real cold in there. But I didn't have the thermometer. I come back this morning gung-ho ready to make this video, put the thermometer in there, and the refrigerator's not running. It's plugged in, but it's not running. And that's what's going on. Either the thermostat's kicking it off. My boss man, he thinks it's something to do with a defrost. This got an automatic defrost on there, and when it's coming around to do the defrost, something's getting stuck, like it's like a dial or something, like it's probably like, I don't know if a thermostat works like that or whatever, but he thinks that, so it sounds like it might be an issue where it's a piece that could be replaced and might be fixed. I don't know how much the part is, don't know what the part is, don't know how to tell what part is wrong. But what I do want you to see, so I came in this morning, it was like 70 degrees in there. I mean, it was just like room temperature. It had kicked off, and you know, quit running for hours, like overnight last night. Came back in, it's just like room temperature today. So I unplugged it, let it sit for a while, plugged it back in. I don't think, honestly, in hindsight, I did that a couple of times and it didn't come back on when I first plugged it in, but I just left it plugged in and eventually it kicked back on a few hours ago. So now I'm opening this. You can see that that the thermometer is in here. I didn't take it from somewhere else and put it in here. You might be able to hear this thing running. You can see we're getting a reading right here. This is, it's right about 10 degrees. And if you know about what I learned when I was working in, you can see it's even a little icy in there. You might be able to tell. But you can tell the thermometer, it's not no trick thermometer or nothing like that. I didn't have it anywhere else. The refrigerator is a little dirty on the inside. Now, let's close this up. We're up to 5 minutes and 54 seconds. I'll let this run for a couple of minutes, then we'll open this up and see what kind of reading we're getting in there. But if you know, like I learned when I was doing appliance repair, I think the common rule of thumb was the freezer needs to be between -10 and 10 degrees to be at the right temperature. I used to wonder, well, if water freezes at 32 degrees, why can't it be 32? But then my boss explained to me ice cream, different stuff that you have, it's got sugar in it, it doesn't freeze like water does. So the optimal temperature for a freezer, from what I understand, from what I was taught, is between -10 and 10 degrees. As you see, this one here was sitting on 10 degrees. It wasn't set on a real cold, it's a real mid-range. I can't remember if it's a scale of 1 to 5 or, let's see. As you can see, this thing was set just right there in the middle. It goes 1 to 5 and it's set right in the middle on 3 or 1 to 6. It's got 5 numbers on it, but we set it dead in the middle right there. So it's got an ice maker in it. The ice maker was working when we had this hooked up. You can hear it's running strong. It's cold in there right now. So we'll see how good this thermometer is actually working. And I don't know what the another thing that I kind of learned, or it might have been told wrong, but another thing that I was kind of told in appliance repair was that if the freezer's cooling, that's a good sign. So the refrigerator might be off. Now the refrigerator needs to be 40 degrees or less. I can't remember. In fact, I think that little thermometer's got a little gauge on it that shows you like a good zone for things to be in. So I'll let it sit here for just another minute. I don't want to make the video too long. We're getting up to about 8 minutes on this video now. So it's been sitting in there for 2 minutes. I can let it go for a few more seconds here, and then we'll check the thermometer and see what the temperature is inside the refrigerator. The thermometer, I would think, should have changed to the right temperature by now. It's been a little bit over 2 minutes. We'll get up to 8.5 minutes here, and then we'll check it. That'll give it a little bit over 2.5 minutes, because I think it was 5:54 when I switched it out. Really just wasting a bunch of time here talking to you. All right, that's 8.5 minutes. So let's take a look and see what kind of reading we're gonna get right here. All right. So wow, this has got a real good reading. So you see the green on this is between 32. It was like between 32 and 40. No, I'm sorry. 32, between 32 and 40. So it was down at the bottom of that green right there just now. So it was down to like, that can't be 32. Something must be wrong with my thinking. That should be 30 in the middle. But anyway, it was at the bottom of the green. So it was right where it needs to be. And as far as this goes, it's set. Now this one, 9 is the coldest, and it's set just between close to 5. Okay, here's your model number of the fridge. I think that'll give you a model number. Manufactured 1992. There's a serial number over there. Model number, you can see it, FPES21TIRLO. If I read that right, you can probably see it and read it for yourself right there better than what I can tell you. My eyes just aren't as good as they used to be. I've noticed when I've been trying to get these model numbers off of things. Yeah, that thermometer reacts real quick. It's a Frigidaire Elite. I'm sorry that the video, there's not much room to move. We got this I will tell you, the refrigerator does have a little smell to it. We set it outside and it was real hot. It did get a little moldy on the inside, or mildewy, from just water that was sitting in there, and it was closed up outside in the heat. Like when we moved the new one in, this one got moved out back for a couple of days. And then I moved it back in here, and it just being closed up and not running, it's just and what I'll do, I'll give you a true thing. I will leave this running overnight, see what happens if I come back in the morning and see where we're at with it. Okay, now it's gone back up over the 40 because I've been holding that door open, so you see it's up over 40, so that's a concern. I'm going to leave that in there until I leave today in a little bit, and see. I think the air might have leaked out of there. It was showing 32 degrees in there. That's a little weird. I mean, I don't think it should be that cold in the refrigerator. But what I wanted to do here was show you that the refrigerator is cooling, but something is wrong with it. It's broken. That's why we're selling it for cheap. It's cold right now, but it's a tendency to kick off. I don't know if the thermostat's getting hung. I don't know if it's that thing, if it's frost free, if it's trying to thaw out the freezer and it's getting hung up like my boss said. I'm not sure if that's what, I don't know. It might be something altogether different than either one of those things. There's another thing I learned about appliances. It can seem like it's a thermostat issue, and it might not even have anything to do with that. It might not be something totally different, or just some little thing is just not responding right. So that's why we're selling it as is. Just wanted to show you that it does actually cool. As you saw, it was 10 degrees in this freezer just now, set on a medium setting. So I don't know what else to say. I spent 12 minutes back here trying to, and it's still looking around 45, so holding the door open didn't do it any good right here. I'll be honest, that does seem a little bit strange right there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let this video just a second, and we'll just see how fast this thermometer, because we know it was 10 degrees in there just a while ago, right? So we know it was 10 degrees. Let me let that sit in there. I'm gonna just let that sit in there for about 30 more seconds past now. We're up to 13 minutes here. Because that's kind of weird that I opened that refrigerator, checked that thing, it was showing 32 on that thermometer, and then I let the door open and that's 45. Now, something I did notice, this gasket right here is, I don't think that's not a major, I don't feel no air leaking out of there, but I did see that the gasket is slightly sticking out right there. I don't think that's got anything to do with what just now happened. I don't think that's got anything to do with what just now happened. But I'll try to let you see this refrigerator. I don't think that gasket's holding back, letting that air out. I think it's just because I had the door open and let the air out. But even that being said, just holding the door open for it to go 15 degrees seems kind of strange. Alright, let's see what we got here. Wow, this thermometer is slow. Alright, that's a bad sign right there. It's 45 degrees according to that thermometer. Now I know that's not right. That thermometer takes a long time, so now it looks like I got a trick thermometer. I done back here and made a 15-minute video. I should have cut it off about 5 minutes ago because it makes me look like some kind of criminal or something. So that's frustrating, man. I'm gonna have to make another part 2 of this. I'm gonna leave that in there. Let's leave that. I'm gonna leave that in there, and I'm gonna come back and check it in a little bit. But I'll video it like I did this, so you can see again where the because I know that it ain't no 45 degrees in that freezer, okay? No, that's wrong. Just come back and check it in a few minutes and I'll film it.